Hello, good morning. It's Wednesday the 22nd. I'm FX Blue and this is the market brief. So yesterday saw the largest strike action in the UK since the 1970s. The strike brought the country to a virtual standstill and the public of course face further disruptions tomorrow and Saturday. Rail workers have agreed to return to talks today, but with teachers and health unions also considering a vote on strike action, it might be a good job for Boris that he is such a huge Thatcher fanboy. Certainly some parallels to be drawn there. NPC members are making speeches this week. This is mostly aimed at informing markets and anyone else who's interested for that matter about their policy intentions and their plans for calming inflation. Where Mann suggested that supporting sterling is part of the bank's policy, the pound had a pretty positive reaction yesterday. But with a slowing economy and the relationship between the government and the workforce at its lowest ebb in about 40 years, will Johnson and his cabinet be able to turn things around before they have to return to the polls? In the market, as I mentioned, sterling rallied a bit yesterday. We saw about 123.25 against the dollar, and we opened this morning around 116.55 against the euro. Keep an eye out for inflation data this morning. Anything wildly different from about 9.1% as the headline forecast could see a market reaction. Over in the US, Democrat members of Congress are rather critical of the Fed at the moment. They see the country being dragged towards a recession that they feel could be avoided. Powell, of course, is getting the brunt of the blame, as he's already admitted to getting it wrong when inflation started to rise last summer. But the Fed focus is clearly on tackling inflation now, and the regular rate hikes that have begun in earnest have also begun to increase in size now. That said, we've had very little effect on inflation so far, so the hindsight view that they really should have started sooner, well, that's gaining a bit of traction. Things aren't quite so clear in the market though. Market opinion seems to be split. Some believe a recession might be avoided still, and some fear a recession might already have started. Officially, of course, that's definitely not the case, because officially we need 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth in order to qualify for the rather dubious accolade of being in recession. Powell is due on today. He's due to testify before Congress, where his remarks will be eagerly awaited by the markets. He's expected to reiterate the tough stance the Fed is taking on inflation and all but confirm another 75 basis point rate hike at the next Fed meeting. Yesterday in the market, the dollar index took a bit of a breather. We dropped below 104 for a while, and euro dollar, that opens this morning just shy of the 105 level. That's it from me. Have a great day.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.